to Secret London with me, Mark Monroe, and today we are myth busting. So that's 3 secrets of London. 2 of those secrets have backstories that are built around myths, and 1 of those secrets has a true backstory. Can you guess which is the true one? We're going to start right here at Hyde Park Corner. London is not tropical, I can assure you of that. Today the temperature's just hovering around 0 degrees. But bizarrely enough, this city is host for thousands of tropical birds. There are literally thousands of these ring-necked parakeets in London. They're very confident. They don't seem to mind human contact, as you can see. And they love peanuts. But how did they get here? These birds actually arrived here via a film set in southwest London. Some of you may have heard of the film African Queen, starring Humphrey Bogart and Katharine Hepburn. Humphrey Bogart won an Academy Award for it in 1951. It was set around a river journey in Central Africa around the Congo. Some of the scenes were too dangerous to film out there, so they replicated some of the river scenes over here in Isleworth Studios in 1951. After the film was wrapped, the props department was left with 22 pairs of beautiful ring-necked parakeets. Well, some of those birds were housed and homed by the crew members, but some weren't. Some couldn't be found homes, and they were just set free. It was thought that they would never survive a London winter, being tropical birds, but they're a subspecies and they could survive in the foothills of the Himalayas, so they wouldn't have a problem surviving here in London. There was plenty of food for them and they thrived. Today there's estimated to be around 8,500 breeding pairs of the ring-necked parakeets in central London. So, are London's ring-necked parakeets really descendants from cast members from the film The African Queen? Stay tuned to find out. I've made my way down to Trafalgar Square. You may remember, scene of our last myth-busting episode, episode 7, the smallest police station in London. Give it a look. So why are we here today? Well, only to meet the man himself, Admiral Lord Horatio Nelson. And there he is, standing aloft his 169-foot column, looking regal and triumphant. But what's he actually looking at? Well, of course, as many would believe, he's gazing straight down Whitehall, past the Admiralty, towards the south coast of England, and then onwards towards the south of Spain, and of course, Cape Trafalgar, where he won his historic victory in 1805 over Napoleon and the combined armada of the French and the Spanish. But take another look. He's certainly facing down Whitehall, but he's actually not looking down Whitehall. He's looking in a completely different direction. If you make your way down to the southwest corner of Trafalgar Square and take a good look at Nelson, you'll notice that he's actually looking to the right, gazing down towards the Mall. Well, why is he doing that? So the reason why Nelson is looking over Admiralty Arch down the Mall is because the Mall is in line with Portsmouth. If you run a line from the Mall, it'll take you straight down to Portsmouth. And what was at Portsmouth? Nelson's fleet and his famous ship HMS Victory. He is gazing down the Mall towards Portsmouth and admiring his fleet. Our final location today is Green Park. Now, Green Park is the smallest of the royal parks situated in central London. It's just opposite Buckingham Palace over there and St James's Park. If you come and visit Green Park, like its name suggests, it's very green. In fact, it's green everywhere. There is grass everywhere. There are no flowers or flower beds within Green Park itself. And there's a reason for that. Let me introduce you to the Merry Monarch himself, Charles II. Now, Charles II loved life, but he also loved women. He had a hard time keeping his pantaloons up. He had many a mistress and fathered 12 illegitimate children through them. But he would frequently come here to pick flowers for them in order to curry their affection. This may come across as rather a romantic gesture, but not as far as his wife was concerned. When Catherine of Braganza, his wife, found out what he'd been up to, she decreed that every flower and every flower bed should be removed from Green Park. And so, up until this day, no flowers exist anywhere here at all in Green Park because of that very naughty monarch. So which of these three secrets of London has the true backstory? If you think that these ring-necked parakeets are descendants from cast members from the African Queen, then I'm afraid you are wrong. These ring-necked parakeets were actually first spotted in the 1890s in South London, in and around the Dulwich area. Ornithologists have basically agreed that they're just descendants from unwanted pets. Nothing more spectacular than that. But if you do come to London, come to some of the big parks and take a look at these beautiful exotic creatures. They're delightful. If you thought that Green Park was barren of flowers because of a cheating monarch, then you're absolutely wrong, I'm afraid. Take a look behind me. Plenty of daffodils coming out at this time of year. So, what are we left with? Nelson. If you guessed that Nelson was gazing over Admiralty Arch, down the Mall towards the south coast and Portsmouth, admiring his fleet, then you are absolutely right. And to prove this, his fleet actually exists along the Mall. On top of every lamppost, there's a replica of every one of his ships. Come here and take a look. Thanks for watching today's episode of Secret London with me, Mark Monroe. If you enjoyed today's episode, leave any comments down below. The good, the bad and the ugly, I read them all. If you really enjoyed it, hit that thumbs up button, or why not even subscribe. Until next time, stay tuned.